honestly, you guys, I feel so fucking ass cheeks right now. I feel so ass. I got my period and I literally have like a pinched nerve in like my shoulder and neck, and I have a headache, and I just feel so lethargic. Like I could collapse at any fucking second. And I'm annoyed because I was just like really ready to get up early and continue on my routine with going to the gym and like filming and all this shit. So I didn't go to the gym this morning, but I did film a video. Bro, I told you guys about the test, right? Why is this camera shaking like this? It usually doesn't do it like this much. Hello? I told you guys about like the tests and stuff that I've been getting. Like every time I try to film a video, why does my car sound so loud right now? Every time I try to film a video, something goes wrong. Okay, so basically I haven't done a sit down video in a long time. Like I've been doing these car ones. Like I used to film videos like in my room and stuff. Well, I recently moved, well in like October, but still. I moved and now I have like more space to film. So I have like this little setup and I was all excited to film my first video back in like an actual like sit down. And I go to set up my tripod, and I'm sorry about the shaking, I can't do anything about it. Like I don't know what to do. This is a really bumpy road and I'm sorry. I go to set up my tripod, and basically it's like a stand that holds your phone, and then it also has like a ring light around it. It's perfect. It works beautiful for filming videos. I go to plug it in. The USB is smashed, so I can't use the ring light. And I'm like, oh, interesting. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I have another mini ring light, which isn't as good because the one that I had originally, you can like change the different light settings, and I like the warmer light better. The other one is only like a white light, and it's just really harsh and bright. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this stop me. I'm still gonna film a video. And so I go to do that, and then my microphone that is new, like I've only used it a few times, I test it out and it sounds like garbage. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's like my new laptop that I just got. But then I tested out like just like recording on my laptop without the microphone, and it sounded fine. So I'm like, oh, so it has to be the microphone. Cool. So you know what? I just gave up with that. I was like, you know, I don't need a microphone. But my room is really echoey. And so it's just kind of annoying. Like I still filmed the video, like everything's fine. But I told you guys, like every time I try to start a new routine or try to follow my passions, it's like everything goes wrong, and it's really just annoying. And like in the past, I would have just been like, oh my God, like it's not good enough. But at this point, I don't give a fuck. Like people have been starting to comment on my videos. And so that just like proves to me that like, if you speak authentically and just, if people just like your vibe, it doesn't really matter that much. It just is annoying because I'm a perfectionist. And I know that like, I want my video to be a certain way. So it's just annoying. But like, ultimately I know like if people actually want to hear me and my voice, like they will, regardless of the video. But I just feel bad. Like I just want it to be good. Yeah, like a little update on how I've been feeling. I've been talking about like my emotional stuff I've been dealing with. Oh my God, do I have to go over every pothole? I've been talking about the emotional stuff I've been dealing with and just like how insecure I've been feeling. And then I said I was gonna write a letter to the person that I've been sad over, but like not actually send it to them, just like write it to get my emotions out. And I did that last night and I cried. And I'm not sure if I feel better, but I am starting to now think of like the things that weren't good about them. Because oftentimes what happens when you get out of a relationship is you literally only think about the good things, and oftentimes it's not even like true. Like those things never even happen. And that's what I was starting to do. I was starting to like romanticize this person in my head and be like, oh my God, I miss when like we hugged and kissed. I'm just thinking like all the times we did that, like it was kind of like, it was never as passionate as it was in my head, and we could never make eye contact, and it just didn't feel passionate. And that's like one of the reasons why I ended it with them, because I didn't feel the passion on their end. Like I want to be romantic and passionate, but if somebody is just emotionally unavailable and being romantic is kind of cringy for them, then like that's fine, but like I can't be with somebody like that because it's just like I want to be loved fully. And so I'm romanticizing this person in my head, like, oh my god, I just want to hold them and like look into their eyes and like kiss them. And I'm just thinking, when did you ever do that, bitch? When did you ever do that? When did they ever grab you and kiss you and look into your eyes? Because that never happened. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, yes, I kissed this person and we were together, but like it wasn't like that. It wasn't like this movie like I'm making in my head. And so you guys need to realize that, like, understand that you're being delusional when you're romanticizing these people. And think back to how you felt most of the time during the relationship. Because after I wrote this letter, and today I've been thinking, okay, how did I really feel though? How did I really feel? I felt like they weren't being passionate. I felt like they were lackluster. I felt like their reactions to me or just anything were just always kind of mid. Like, it was just like so lackluster. Like, I don't know, like monotone, like, and us embracing each other, it was just kind of like not passionate, kind of like awkward. And I'm just like, okay, so then what do you miss? Like, what do you actually miss? Because what you miss is a fucking fantasy in your mind. And it sucks coming to terms with that, because it's like you want so badly for it to just be the way it is in your head, but it's not realistic. And that's why I had to leave the person, because I kept wanting them to be a certain way that they're just not capable of being. And that's fine. Like, you can't force somebody to be passionate and to see you and to be obsessed with how beautiful you are and to like react to everything you're saying with excitement. Like, you can't expect that. If somebody doesn't view you that way, take it that they don't like you and move on. And maybe they do like you, like maybe they do, but if they can't show you in the way that makes you feel loved, then what the fuck is the point? Like, what is the point? Because if it just leaves you feeling like, oh my god, why don't you like me all the time, then like don't be with them. And obviously, like, you can't always blame it on other people. If you have insecurities where no matter what somebody does, you always just feel like they don't like you, that's probably something within you. And I understand that I have those insecurities too. Like, I'm always just thinking somebody doesn't love me no matter what. And like, this person pointed this out to me, and I'm gonna take what they said to me and try to learn from it, because I do believe that every person can teach you something from a relationship. And this person often said, like, you always look at all the things that I don't do and you glaze over the things that I do. And then I'll be like, okay, yeah, you're right. Because, guys, I used to have really bad, like, BPD symptoms. And so with that comes black and white thinking, where you see things one way. And when you get upset, you literally see things one way. And that has been detrimental to my past relationships, because I would write off everything and just only look at, oh my god, they're doing this, they fucking hate me, they don't even like me. And it's that black and white thinking that's so harmful, because it can also make the other person feel like, oh my god, am I never doing anything right? Like, I do all these things, but then I do this one thing and then they fucking hate me. And I feel like there's so many different sides to it. Like, yes, it is you being black and white, but at the same time, you are also surrounding yourself with somebody that doesn't love you in the way that you want to be loved. And so then when they don't love you in the way that you want to be loved, you get upset. But then to them, they're like, oh, but I love them in all these other ways. But to you, it's not good enough because you want love in different ways. And that's okay. Like, that is okay to admit that. It's okay to admit that somebody isn't good enough for you. Like, it's not that they're not good enough, it's just you have a certain way, and that's fine. And I just realized, like, okay, I'm no longer gonna be with people for the sake of them and me, because why would I put somebody else through that when clearly they aren't what I want, and I'm gonna try and mold and force them to be something that I want, when to them they're doing all these things but they're not capable of loving me in the way that I want to be loved. And so I'm gonna stay with them and then keep forcing that upon them, and then get mad at them when they're not able to do that. And then on the flip side, why would I put myself through that? Why would I be with somebody that isn't capable of like loving me in the way that I want? And it's not just that, it's other things too, like they do certain things, whatever. Why would you be with somebody that you just ultimately don't match with? It's hurting both ends. And you guys need to understand, like, sometimes you just aren't a match with somebody, and it's not even like they're flawed, but it's like you guys being together brings out each other's flaws, because it's just not a match. It's not that you're a bad person. It's not that they're a bad person. It's just you guys don't belong together, and that's all it means. And it's so hard coming to terms with this, because you're just like, oh my God, but in my head, like, you have the potential to be this, but it's like, they're not that. They are not that, and they can't be the person that you want them to be. And it's so shitty, bro. Like, I've literally been crying every day this week and just wondering, like, why are they not crying over me? Why are they not sad? And it's just like, you can't expect somebody that's not emotional and all this to be emotional. You can't expect all these things out of people. Like, you just can't change somebody to be the exact person that you want. And you just got to realize that and move on. And I'm really proud of myself, honestly, because I was this close, and I'm still close to texting them. I'm this motherfucking close. But I keep talking myself off the ledge and just being like, okay, no. Like what is it gonna get you? Because it's gonna be the same conversation. You're gonna end up being upset. Then you're gonna be fighting. And it's like, no, just leave it. Just leave it. And I keep having to do that because I keep getting to the point where I'm like, I need to just tell them how I feel. I need to ask them how they're feeling. I need to breathe. Motherfucking breathe. Right. Anytime you get those feelings, write in your journal again. Write in your journal again until you feel level-headed, okay? Anyways, moral of the story, don't settle for less than what you want. There is literally no point. All it does is destroy you, your light, and your self-esteem. You are way too worthy and special to be with somebody that doesn't set your heart on fire and make you feel passionate and in love with life. Life is a movie. Let's treat it as such and only have moments that are like movie scenes, okay? Because that's what I'm settling for. Not settling. That's what I'm desiring in my life, okay? I know today was a bit shorter, but I don't really have anything else to say. So my name is Sydney. If you like my vibe, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!